For decades, building software has been kind of like this walled garden, right? You could only get in if you spoke the secret language of code. But what if those walls are, well, about to just crumble down? We're talking about a future where your ideas, not your coding skills, are all you need to build something amazing. So let's dive in and see how this is actually becoming a reality.
No, seriously, just pause and think about that for a second. What if you could bring an idea for a tool to life, not by banging your head against a wall trying to learn Python or JavaScript, but just by, describing what you want it to do in plain English? And look, this isn't some far-off science fiction fantasy. This is the very question that's driving a whole new revolutionary wave of technology right now.
Okay, so for the longest time, there's been this huge divide. Let's call it the old way versus the new way. The old way, well, that's months, sometimes years of complicated coding. It's a ridiculously steep learning curve that basically locks out, 99% of people? It's been this exclusive club for trained developers. But the new way? Wow, that's the promise of turning your ideas into reality in minutes. Not with code, but with the natural language we all use every day. Suddenly, creation becomes accessible to absolutely everyone.
So the big question is, how do we cross that gap? How do we build that bridge from the old way to the new? Well, it turns out Google has an answer. It's an experimental new tool straight from their labs, and it's designed to be that exact bridge. It's called Opal. All right, so what is Opal, really? At its heart, it's a no-code AI app builder. You just describe what you want to happen, a workflow, a series of steps, and Opal's AI literally translates your words into a working mini-app. And this is super important. It's not just a chatbot giving you an answer. Think of it more like a master craftsperson. You describe the chair you want, and it builds the chair for you. It's a tool that builds other tools just from your instructions.
And this whole thing is powered by a philosophy with a name I just love. It's called vibe coding. I mean, the name really says it all, doesn't it? Forget about syntax and semicolons and all that technical stuff that trips everyone up. The whole idea here is that you should be able to create something just by describing the vibe, the intent, the feeling of the tool you want to build. It's a total, radical shift from thinking about logic first to thinking about your intent first.
And this quote, this really gets to the heart of their mission. The goal is to turn a rough idea into a polished, valuable tool. I mean, we've all been there, right? You get that spark of an idea, that kind of rough concept, but you don't know how to make it real. This is about giving you the power to polish that idea until it's something genuinely useful. And you know what? This entire philosophy is baked right into the name itself.
Yeah, the name Opal isn't random at all. It tells the whole story. It's actually pretty clever. So first off, the applications you create inside Opal, they're called gems. Makes sense. Then you've got the play of color. You know how an opal stone refracts light? Well, the AI does the same thing with your idea. It refracts your one simple sentence into a complex, multi-step workflow. And finally, the whole point is to achieve precious utility, polishing that rough idea until it becomes a truly valuable tool, a digital gem.
So who is this actually for? Well, it's for this growing group of people they're calling citizen developers. And that's, well, it's pretty much anyone. We're talking about business pros who want to automate boring tasks, content creators who want to build little tools for their audience, students creating their own study aids, product managers trying to prototype an idea super fast. But look, the most important person on this list, it's not last one. It's you. The only prerequisite, the only thing you need to bring to the table is an idea. That's it. Zero coding knowledge required.
Okay, so this whole idea of building in minutes, not months, that's the core promise, right? But what does that actually look like? Let's get into some real-world examples of how a simple thought can become a working tool, like almost instantly.
Okay, let's say you're a content creator. Just imagine this. You build a little gem where all you have to do is paste in the URL to your latest blog post. And boom, the app reads the whole thing and automatically spits out a professional LinkedIn post, a great Twitter thread, and even a punchy little caption for Instagram. I mean, think about that. That's a whole marketing workflow built from just one sentence. Or, hey, what about this one? A personal travel planner. You just tell it, I'm going to Paris and my budget is this much. And it goes out, taps into real-time information, and generates a whole day-by-day itinerary for you, packed with actual restaurant recommendations. This shows you it's not just playing with words, it's connecting to the live web to pull in genuinely useful data. And for any students or educators out there, this is a total game changer. Imagine you create a study buddy gem. You just upload a PDF of a textbook chapter, and bam, instantly you have a 10-question quiz ready to go. So you've got marketing, travel, education, The sheer variety of what you can build is it's astounding. Okay. I know what some of you might be thinking. The no-code market is already pretty crowded, right? And you're not wrong. There are a lot of tools out there. So the real question is, where does something like Opal fit into all of this?
Well, this table breaks it down perfectly. You've got your heavy hitters like Microsoft Power Apps, which are great for big companies, but have a super high learning curve. Then there's Bubble, which is amazing for building an entire startup, but man, it's also really complex. Opal's sweet spot, its killer feature, is something called speed to utility. It's all about how fast you can get from an idea to something useful. And its learning curve, it's basically zero.
And this is what speed to utility really means in practice. It means if you have an idea for a tool at, say, 9 a.m., you can have a working, usable, shareable version of that tool by 9:15 a.m. I'm not kidding. Not in months, not in weeks, in 15 minutes. That is the kind of power we are talking about here.
So what's the secret sauce here? How does it do all this? Well, it comes down to something the developers call cognitive integration. Basically, because this is a Google product, it's born already understanding things like Google Search, Google Docs, and the Gemini AI model. You don't have to mess around with complicated API keys to connect to an AI. The AI is the foundation. It's built right in from the ground up. And believe it or not, this is just the beginning. The roadmap for Opal is, well, it's incredibly ambitious. In the near future, they're looking at apps that can actually learn and improve themselves over time. A little further down the road, the ability to generate actual mobile apps for your phone. And the big long-term vision, a full-blown app store for AI, where anyone can publish and even sell the gems they create. We're talking about a whole new economy of microsoftware.
When you put it all together, what we're really witnessing here is the dawn of a new era. An era where the power to build these amazing digital tools isn't locked away with a select few anymore. It's being handed over to, well, to everyone. The democratization of software isn't coming, it's here.
And so that leaves us with one last, really fascinating question. When all the barriers to entry just disappear, when your imagination is literally the only thing holding you back, when anyone, and I mean anyone, can be a developer, what are we all going to create next?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss the next guide.